Welcome to Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. Hello everybody, good morning and welcome back to another episode of Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again. As usual, my name is Taufik, and if this is the first time you're tuning in to Power Monday is ERA's original podcast where we bring in the best of the best in the industry to share their real life journeys, the strategies that kept them going, and the best practices for success. So if you guys are looking for your weekly dose of empowerment, motivation, we're here for you every Monday, 10 a.m. And we will also be available on ERA SG Spotify and One ERA YouTube. Now for today's speaker, he humbly refers to himself as an average Singaporean who completed university. Yet his impact in the real estate and financial advisory world is anything but ordinary. So he's known for his sharp financial acumen and unwavering dedication to his clients. So without further ado, everyone, please welcome the one and only Eugene Cove. Thank you so much for coming in the studio. How are you, Eugene?
I'm good. Thank you for the nice introduction.
No problem. I try my best. Every speaker, I try my best. Okay, so today I think we're gonna address some of the concerns of real estate agents, especially the newer ones. Okay, let's try to pick a niche. So for someone who, for example, has been doing door knocking, right? They keep on doing knocking, but they find that they are not the type of person to do door knocking. Do you think that those kind of agents, or with those mindset, they are able to break through in their door knocking activities?
Okay, so it really depends on what is the goal of this person, because everyone has different goals. If his goal is to be the best in door knocking, then having the thought that he is not good at door knocking is not helping him. So the whole idea is this. Decision making is about embracing the thoughts that move you towards your goal and not away from your goal. If his goal is to be the best in door knocking, then he cannot have this thought. He must believe that with practice, there will be progress. They will get better and better, which is true. I mean, you will definitely be better if you knock on 1,000 doors as compared to 10 doors.
Yeah.
Right. So that is the first part of it. But the second part of it is, what is the goal of this person actually? Is the goal of this person actually to be the best in door knocking? Or the goal of this person is to close more deals? So you must identify the goal clearly. If it's to close more deals, then I believe that they should try. If it don't work, change a approach. Okay, change your approach. Then what is the matrix? Are you getting the appointments to speak to homeowners? Are you securing, appointments to meet up with them, to speak about selling their house, to restructure their property portfolio? Okay, and if you knock on 100 doors, you get 1 appointment. Can you try the next 100 doors, you get 2 appointments? And then subsequently 3, keep changing your approach to get the result you want. If at the end of a long enough timeline, you see that it's not working out for you, then maybe it's time to do another thing. Because your goal is not to be the best in door knock, let's say. Yeah. So that is the way I would think. Okay. The way I would advise this person to think. Because that will be moving them towards their goal.
Towards their goal, yeah. So maybe for yourself, as you start your career in real estate, right? Was there, when you started, do you already put yourself in a box where, I want to be an agent who only do HDB, or want to only sell landed, or do you already tackle it with everything and then you just go ahead?
Pertaining to myself, I'm just open. So I can do anything. Yeah, so whatever comes my way, I just do.
So would you advise because sometimes for those who just started the real estate career, they say, I think I want to go slow first. I want to do just one thing. Then they just focus on one thing. So do you think that is the best way to kickstart their real estate journey?
Okay, so this question is more narrow. Okay, but I will say that whichever that makes you jump out of bed early in the morning, excited for the day, right? You're so excited doing the work you are doing that you don't care about, rejection. You don't care about failure, because to you, it's all about learning. It's all about getting better. So whatever you're doing, you can do 10 different things, or you can do only one thing. As long as you keep the drive in you, the motivation in you, the desire in you to get better, I don't think it matters. Because what matters most is, are you jumping out of bed in the morning, excited for the day, and thinking what is ahead? Right? If that means doing 3 things, then you have to do 3 things.
Okay.
Right? Because in a way, success is going through multiple rejection without losing this enthusiasm in you.
Yeah. Yeah. So it has something to do with your thoughts, how what you think about what you want to achieve will ultimately leads to the decision that you make in your career and personal life, right? Am I right to say that?
Can you repeat your question again?
Like basically, what you want in your career, you have to decide for yourself what you want or what you think you want, right? And then you work on it, and then you just tackle it without like any hesitation, without any fear.
Yeah, so basically, I think what you're saying is begin with the end in mind.
Begin with the end in mind, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So basically, whatever you want, you reverse engineer it.
Yeah.
So you reverse engineer down to the point whereby, because thoughts are randomly coming into us,
Correct.
okay, and thoughts affect how you feel.
Yeah.
So I always believe that there's a gap between thoughts and how you feel. So that gap, we widen it, and this is where we need to take control between thought and how you feel. Because if the thought is making you feel in a way that don't help you to move towards your goal, you have to interrupt it in the gap.
Oh.
Okay? But instead, thought to how you feel, right? Which is emotions, right? So this gap is our control, because sometimes the thoughts that come in, we cannot control.
Correct.
Okay, but we can control our interpretation or meaning of the thought, because it affects how we feel. Okay, and then you have to interrupt at this gap, and you see how you feel will move you towards the goal that you want. If it is not, you interrupt the thought, and so that you don't need to feel.
Okay, understand.
Yeah, but if it's helping you, carry on.
Is this something that you have to psych yourself and do it every day of your life, or is it something that it's wired, like to interrupt? Because some people, they cannot, they're too emotionally driven that
basically practice makes progress.
Yeah.
So like door knocking, the first time you do it, you are not as good as the 1,000 door you knock, right?
Yeah.
So it's about conscious practice. Then maybe if you practice it so much, like, if you drive 1,000 times the same route every day, then maybe the 1,001 time you don't even think so much. It can be, it can be auto wire already.
Yeah. What would your advice be for someone who's stuck at the thought? Like they only think they want this, but they don't do the
Okay. So stuck at the thought is in itself a blessing in disguise.
Oh.
Okay. Why? Because if you are not stuck, how do you talk to someone who is stuck?
I don't.
Okay. So for example, okay, if you are trying to mentor a teammate that is stuck,
Okay.
if you have not been stuck before, are you in the position to mentor this person?
Understand.
So the fact that you are stuck, it means that you are one step ahead of those that are not stuck. So you have to go through the journey of feeling what you should not be feeling, okay, and learn from it. And once you get yourself unstuck, this is where you can relate, you can empathize, you can understand. A person that's never stuck is never someone that can fully understand, can fully empathize. Right? You want to look for someone that, to get out of the situation you're in, you need to ask someone that's been in that situation, right?
Been in the same shoes.
Correct.
Lived through the problem.
So stuck by itself is good, okay? But then the period of time you decide. Okay, it can be 1 day, it can be 1 minute, it can be 10 years, it can be a lifetime. Timeline, you decide. But which is why sometimes I believe that we need to have a guiding principle in our life, a North Star, whereby my North Star is quite simple. I keep things simple, right? Simple things I remember,
Simple
right?
things,
So my North Star is I want to believe, I want to do the things that move me towards my goal. And that's it. So if getting myself stuck for 30 years is not moving me towards my goal, then I don't want to get myself stuck in 30 years lah. Then I try to limit to 3 days lah. Right? Then I try to make it 1 day lah. I try to do 6 hours lah. So just keep it simple.
how do you think someone would strategize to shorten the time?
Acknowledging the fact that whether feeling the way you're feeling is moving you towards your goal, away from your goal, firstly. Secondly is you need to understand that everyone can improve in anything as long as they put the time to. Okay, that is a commonly known growth mindset. Because if you can be the worst painter in the world, but if you devote the next 10 years of your time just doing painting and willing to embrace new ideas to improve how you paint, I believe that 10 years later you can be a better painter than today.
Correct.
Same for communication, same for any aspects of life. So everyone can learn anything that they want and they will improve.
Yeah.
Okay, and the more time you spend on it, the faster you improve. Okay, that is the human condition. So that is understanding that.
Yeah.
Okay, understanding that, it means that if I'm stuck for 30 years not doing anything, I will not gain the skills that move me towards my goal, and that is a waste of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is a realization. Firstly, secondly is there are a lot of NLP techniques out there, but one commonly used one is that if the thought that makes you stuck, why you're stuck? Because you do not believe that there's a way out. But there's always a way out unless it defies the law of physics. So there's always a way. There's always a way to change the chair. There's always a way not to defy gravity. There's not a way lah. Okay. So the understanding that there's always a way unless it defies the law of physics, it defines science, then of course no. Dead to alive, no.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Understand.
other than that, anything else is technically, scientifically possible. That is possible. So once you realize that it's actually always possible, it's just that we are stuck in a loop.
Correct.
Okay, and when you're stuck in the loop, usually it goes to a negative spiral. And it will spiral down and down. And if you spiral down too far down, and on a long enough timeline, then it can be a serious problem. Okay, so is once you realize you're dead, you try to interrupt your thoughts. So for example, thought to emotion, the gap.
Yeah.
So when you know the thought comes already, it will always come at you at when you are alone, when it's quiet, when it comes, quickly interrupt the thought. Interrupt the thought by doing anything, thinking about something else. Not to think of the elephant, because when you when you try not to think of the elephant, you think of the elephant, but you try to think of something else. So you can do anything crazy just to interrupt the thought. So the whole technique is like, think of a CD. A CD is playing. If you scratch it enough, right, the song cannot play. So it's simple. So you interrupt it, a few scratches. Next time you come, interrupt it again. Interrupt it again. If the CD is full of scratches, can it still play? No. So the thought is gone. It can never come because it can be auto-wired to come and it's fully scratched. So you don't need to feel the way you need to feel because it's just a thought. It's neither right or wrong, but it's whether thinking about that move you towards your goal or away from your goal.
That's a very interesting concept. The concept, was it something that you chanced upon through your real estate journey? Or
No. It is well known. It's a well known NLP technique.
So you already implemented that when you started your career?
Not really. Okay. So the beautiful part of being in real estate is that you get to see more thought challenges.
Yeah.
Or mind challenges, because salesperson face rejection more than others. Usually slightly more than others.
Most of the time lah.
And which is why salesperson are usually paid a bit more, because they face more rejection when people don't want to face rejection, right? So if we constantly face rejection with no stable income in a way, no fixed salary, and we feel a little bit more than the rest, because generally salesperson are better at influence, right? So you need to feel a bit more already. You need to empathize. But the whole idea is I get to meet or interact with more of these challenges.
Yeah.
And when you meet a challenge, you find a way. So then you meet a challenge, you find a way, then you go and read up lah.
Yeah.
You go and read up and then, it works. Okay, good. Let's use it to move forward. Right.
Interesting. Okay, if you don't mind asking a bit more personal, is it okay with you?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so was real estate something that you already set in stone, that's your career?
Since when?
As in, was it something in your trajectory? Say, oh, I want to be a real estate.
Okay, so no. Okay. When I'm a little boy, I want to be a lot of things. I want to be a pilot, I want to be a policeman, I want to be a lot of things. I even want to be a teacher, right? So it's not like, I from a very young age, I believe that I can do a lot of things. But I also believe that if I do a lot of things, I will not be as good as I do one thing. Yeah, so I'm in the loop that, hey, maybe I can learn how to cut hair, I can, be a policeman, I can be a lawyer, I can be a doctor, I can be a lot of things. But if I'm going to spread the limited number of years I have to master 10 skill set, will I be the greatest of all time in all 10 skill set? So I think, maybe not. Yeah, so through interaction and gradually the interaction with real estate that I find is something I want to pursue. So I just pursue it a little bit. And then as I interact with it, I find it very interesting and it's a product that I believe in. And gradually it blossomed into something even more. It became a passion because I realized that the better I am doing what I'm doing, I'm able to pass down this skill set to my teammates for them to do better, right? And knowing that I'm able to contribute to the people around me is what drives me forward, and I feel good about it whenever I feel that I've made a contribution to others, which is why I ended up team building together with my real estate partner Alicia Young.
Understand. That's very nice. Was there a point in your career where, like earlier we talked about feeling stuck, right? So was there a point in your career, be it in the early days or even now, where you also experienced feeling stuck to do anything?
Yes, all the time.
Could you share a bit more?
So all the time, okay. Or maybe, okay, I don't know, is it appropriate, but okay. Like currently I am managing I have a team of around 600, okay, realtors. Okay. Maybe I will say that for the longest time, I'm stuck. Why am I stuck?
No.
Okay. I am stuck because I have the false belief that more numbers equals to a weak team.
More numbers equals to a weak team. Shouldn't it be the opposite though?
More numbers, the team is not so bonded.
Understand. Okay.
More issues. Okay, so I have this, negative association. So for some time, we have been very, very negative towards, not very, but quite, which is, contrary to what we do, right?
Yeah.
So that, so I think that is the greatest challenge. So until I unstuck myself in a few years.
And which is in the future. So you still...
I unstuck already.
Oh, okay.
I unstuck already.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are in a point of, 3-4 years ago, we are in a point of rejecting recruitment.
Was that also due to being afraid of not being successful? That's why you rejecting?
Maybe. But I guess it is that we feel that we are doing very, very, very well when we are just maybe 200. Why do we need to move to 500? But at that point of time, the numbers keep growing. Down to a point that we are a bit concerned. Maybe, we have not dealt with that magnitude before. So we are more selective. Yeah.
So it's dangerous this negative.
Yeah. So association is like, some people, they know 2 breakfast place that is nice. They tried a few other breakfast place that is new breakfast place that is not so nice, and then they stop trying. So they end up eating 2 breakfast place for the rest of their life because trying new things equals to lousy. For example, so this is the type of association that I have for trying new things equals to lousy. Right?
They keep doing the same thing. Yeah.
Of course, there's 2 sides to a coin. Maybe with better recommendations and review, you can find a nice breakfast that is better than your current 2 breakfasts that you have.
Understand.
Yeah.
So,
Because,
what would your advice be for someone who's trying to regulate their negative emotions into achieving what they want in their life?
how to regulate negative emotions.
Yeah.
So negative emotions. When you say negative emotions, it means that you're not
Unnecessary.
interrupting at the thought level already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you already allow the thought to come in to mess with your emotions.
Yeah.
So if you do it once, I think the better way is you acknowledge it. You realize that yes, you have let your guard down. Okay, but it's more interesting also lah. In a way whereby at least you get to feel being a human, because or I say that, what is joy without being sad, right?
Yeah.
If you do not know sad, then you have no joy. So you just say, okay, now I know what is sad, so I can feel more joy. But maybe the next time, but is it fun? It's not really very fun. So the next time you come, okay, I know you help me. You help me not to enjoy my joy better already.
Yeah.
But the next time you come, I have to interrupt you already, because we cannot be friends. Okay, I need to experience you a bit. I know that you're not good for me, and that's it. Okay, so that is the execution, but is your North Star first. Your North Star must come in first. Your North Star must acknowledge that is feeling that way moving you towards your goal or not. If it's not, then why you want to do that? Right? Is there something more to it? Then we can think about it further lah.
Yeah.
We can discuss lah.
Because some people who really went past that, who let it come through, didn't interrupt, they keep being stuck there instead of what you just shared.
So it's the realization that it is not helping you, and there's always a way. Yeah. So maybe also to add on, okay, if this person that you mentioned repeatedly feel negative emotion, it means that there's a bit pain, after some time, after more than 3 days, right? It's a bit pain already. After more than 5 days, more pain, right? So generally what I also see is that then they will usually create some new identity for themselves that protect them from that emotion. Okay, maybe I elaborate a little bit on this. For example, if this person have been facing repeated rejection from doing a sale.
Yeah.
Okay, from doing a sale. So this thought keep coming in that, hey, I've not been doing well in sales. The listing presentation I go to, other people take. I'm marketing the house somebody sell, right? It's just mess up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are thinking it for more than 3 days or more than 5 days, and when enough is enough, then what will you say? Real estate is not suited for me.
You start to.
I am a rental agent. I cannot do sale. I'm a rental agent. Okay, I am not a human being. I'm a rental agent, right? I'm a rental agent in a way. I'm a rental agent. Okay, so in creating this new identity for yourself, it protects you from rejection, from feeling lousy, from rejection, from doing a sale.
Okay.
Because you're a rental agent. You're not a realtor, you're a rental agent. You're not the full realtor, you're a rental agent only. So then this person will feel good after 5 days. But in doing so, it limits their scope.
Yeah.
So it limits their scope, but it makes them feel better about themselves because they're in a more limited scope. So this is generally what I see lah. So when we talk to our agents, usually one-to-one, if let's say there's something, then we will try to identify and walk with the agent out from it.
Yeah.
Because you must get unstuck from your mind before you get unstuck in your actions and your emotions. Your emotions then action, right? So at the thought level, you must get unstuck first.
Yeah. So it's like what you said, putting on the identity is like a defense mechanism lah, just to get them.
Yeah, it is very important to protect yourself.
Correct.
Feeling lousy about yourself is not.
Yeah, so that's why
it's not too fun.
It's also important not to stay there for so long also, right? So that's why they have to find a way to go back.
A bit is okay.
A bit is fine.
Yeah, a bit.
Don't stay
okay.
down.
A bit you feel, okay? A bit more trying your luck, okay? But try to, you feel enough already, you play enough already, come back. You play enough already, you come back already. Because you also need to play the game. Because then you will understand how it feels like. Then when you talk to people, then you can empathize, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But it's also is to each his own lah. Sometimes your mindset also, because they're really comfortable at, for example, like the example you gave about being a resale agent, right? If they already know that that is their comfort spot, that is their safe spot, and then sometimes they would, every time they face trouble and obstacle, they will already know that, oh, I did that before. That was my comfort zone. That was my safe spot. Then isn't it also a bad thing if they get too comfortable? Then they know that they can go back to that spot. Then it also again hinders them also from moving forward. Right? So it's like what you mentioned, like you can have that period, but don't be too comfortable in it. Don't make it as if that's your done already, that you cannot go out of it, which is not true. You can always get back on your feet. All right. So what would your advice be for someone who keeps thinking that they only want to play safe?
Make learning and taking action on what you learn your goal in life. Okay, why I say that? Because ultimately, okay, we have an expiry date.
Okay.
Okay, every one of us have an expiry date. Okay, so I'm always thinking, if the final version of myself, who would that person be? I think I want to be knowledgeable. I want to pursue growth so that I can be knowledgeable at my final version. And if I want to be knowledgeable and doing what I learn, then I should be doing it now lah.
Correct.
Right. So I'll be curious. I want to adopt a learner's mindset. Okay, whereby I'm going out there to learn new things, but not only learn, I want to take action on it because I learn the most through doing and failing. Right?
Yes.
Not only through learning. So I will have this goal, this North Star instead. Or I will tell this person to have this North Star instead. That it is not about closing your next deal only. It's not only that. It is also about pursuing growth, being the better version of yourself. Going out there to be willing to be not the smartest person in the room. Okay, I want to interact with the best ideas, the best people, so that it challenges me, right? Because my goal is not to close the next deal faster. My goal is to learn more and take action on what I learn. Yeah. So if you have that, then there's no problem already, right?
No.
Yeah. So it's about creating rules to your game. The rules are just there to help you, but you don't create rules to restrict you.
Understand?
Yeah.
But that's what most people do. Even myself, so I sometimes find myself creating rules that restrict me.
Yeah. Okay. So for example, if the thing is not important to you, I restrict myself also. I restrict myself every day. For example, I have a very restrictive mindset when it comes to drawing. Okay, it comes to drawing, I have a very restrictive mindset. Why? Because I don't want to spend any time on it. Although I like drawings, but I do not want to spend time on it. So I keep telling myself that no matter how much time I spend, I will never be as good as that person. So don't waste time. Okay, so I'm restricting myself. Why? Because that is not my goal. So I have a very restrictive mindset also on a lot of things, so that I can focus on the things that is important to me. If it's not important, why I want to have a mindset that I can progress?
So it's in a way that it's also a good thing because it makes you realize that it's not something that you want to do. Then you should pivot, and you should
pivot to keep the mindset to that you are not able to move out from a lousy painter, from a lousy artist. Okay, because you don't want to waste time there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then of course, if there's other things that is important, then maybe you can spend time pursuing it. If it's important to you, then of course you don't want to do that.
Definitely. But you need to know yourself lah. That one takes a lot of self-discovery as well, a lot of self-understanding, self-reflection, and all that. And what you mentioned earlier about surrounding yourself with the best people. So it brings me to the question: is support important in regulating these negative thoughts? The people who you surround
It is
yourself with.
everything. Okay. Being able to live and act in a way whereby you are telling the people that matters to you, okay, is staying congruent to your words.
Okay.
It is what living is about to me. Okay,
Yeah.
it's what living is about, right? So so recently, not too long ago, I quit smoking.
Oh, congratulations.
So when I quit it, when I decide that moment, so it's just I quit already. Even for 1 second, I quit already. Okay, I also don't know how long is it, because it's not important, because I already quit. Okay, and why I quit? Okay, why I quit is because the people around me are quitting smoking, and these are the people that I look up to.
Correct.
So they have a big impact on me,
Yeah.
right? So that stacking that up with other things, then I decided to quit. So yeah, so it's just like that. So and then I tell people I quit. So I will quit because I want to stay true to my words.
Correct. Take accountability.
Nobody want to, say one thing and do another thing, right?
Yeah, then be seen as a
especially to your family, to the people that matters to you.
the
You don't
people
want to do that. So you want to stay congruent to the words you say. So you just quit, lor. For example, so which is why I agree with you. It's everything, because it's so powerful.
It is.
It's so powerful to live by the words you say.
And it's support the people around you is also a great sense of influence also with your
People you respect.
the people
You respect. Okay, so there's a thin fine line. So for me, I don't know for the rest. For me, the ideas of the people I respect, the opinion, have an impact on me. Yeah.
Okay, understand.
I mean, if you don't respect the person, then the opinion is what? Right?
It doesn't matter as well.
It doesn't matter.
It just
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
weigh on you. You won't propel also.
Okay.
Yeah, understand. Okay, it's very interesting. I've had so much fun talking to you. So before we end this session off, is there any final words of encouragement, any advice for those who are struggling to break through in their career, in their personal life, just because they are finding it hard to fend off against their baggages or their past failures? Yeah.
We all have an expiry date,
Again.
so not much time to waste, and every second we waste, we are living below our truest potential. Okay, so every second is ticking, but it's a choice lah. Okay, it's your choice whether you want to waste your life away or you want to fulfill what you're supposed to do. So it's a choice.
And with that, thank you so much, Eugene, for joining
Thank
us
you,
in this
Taufik.
video.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this conversation. It's such an open mind. So guys, remember your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions. No one can decide what you want other than yourself, right? If you want something, you go for it. If you feel like there's negative thoughts coming back to you, intercept it, right? In any way. And if you feel like you need a break, take it, but don't stay too long. Be sure to get out of it and continue to achieve your dreams. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode. If you guys enjoyed what we have shared, please leave comments on our YouTube channel. And we would love to hear your experiences about your thoughts and your emotions, your decisions that have pivoted your life into more successful personal and work life. So stay tuned for more powerful episodes. Until then, stay empowered. Keep on pushing forward as we continue to rise by raising others. And remember, your Mondays will never have to be blue again. It has been Eugene and Taufik. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Power Monday, where your Mondays will never be blue again.